19. Happy New Year. Just downloaded this yesterday, or this morning, early this morning. It was on sale on the PlayStation Store for 8 something. So I said, let's do it. I already made my character. Or my golfer, I should say. This is kind of like
in the world of professional golf,
Tiger
there
Woods
exists
PGA Tour.
an elite club. A club filled with legends, household names, and rising stars. A club where membership is earned yearly with time, sweat, and dedication. This week, 50 players will gain entry into this exclusive fellowship. The top 25 from the regular season have already secured their spots, and another 25 spots are up for grabs here this week. Some dreams will be realized. Others will have to wait another day. Who will be next to join the likes of Jason Duffner, Grant Snedeker, and Keegan Bradley as the next great Web.com Tour graduate?
Let's hopefully I'm one of them.
EA Sports and the Web.com Tour proudly present opening round coverage of the Web.com Tour Championship. This is the fourth and final stop of the Web.com Tour Finals. Pressure-packed environment. 50 PGA Tour cards are up for grabs. Frank, this is a great day for golf, and the conditions here at Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida, look to be really good.
Rich, scoring conditions are absolutely optimal today. Expect to see a lot of low numbers.
Frank, this isn't a hole that sort of jumps out at you the way, say, 17 does.
Yeah, a lot of times people will just sort of gloss over it, but anytime you get a par 4 into 400 yards, it's a great opportunity. But once again, a positional hole. Take advantage of it. Oh, if this is up, it's good.
Frank, not overly long, but still a pretty good spot and in the fairway.
Yeah, that's in that 280 mark.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special. Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
What a nice shot. Right on the green and a pretty easy putt on the way. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read.
Move this over just a slight, and let's see.
There's an opportunity wasted.
Just knocking him for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but it is going to hurt the course.
Stays at 1 under with that par. Been some outstanding shot making to this point. Let's see what's happening now as we resume the action at the 7th. Been a steady performance so far early in this first round, but at some point, Frank, they need to take steady to spectacular.
Yeah, I think that's a good point, Rich, and really sooner rather than later, that's for sure. But Yeah, steady becomes boring if it stays on for too long.
Strategically, Frank, how do you like to play this hole?
You've got to be aware of where you don't want to go. That front right bunker is probably the easiest bunker shot on this hole, but there's a little pop bunker on the left. That one there, always difficult to get it up and down.
This one doesn't look good.
There's water over there.
That one
Whoa.
ends up in the rough.
You can see my
That went
when I
sideways.
swung a little to the right.
And setting up here in the rough. Coming out of the rough and right up next to the hole. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Pretty good putt, Frank. Just didn't quite read it correctly.
Yeah, would have certainly liked that to go in.
Just a couple of feet. So with that, the score is now at even par. TPC Sawgrass, the fabled stadium course designed by the legendary Pete Dye. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. Here at the 8th, Frank, most players are happy walking out of here with a par 3.
And the reason why, it's a very narrow entry to this green. It's just littered with bunkers around, left, behind, to the side, and even short. Once you get further up the green, though, even though this is sort of an undulating green, it starts to widen up. So don't get trapped into just looking at the front of this hole.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. So he didn't hit the green in regulation, but he still has a reasonably good chance to save his par, about 10 feet away. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point.
Ooh.
Still even par for the day. Frank, now at the 9th, this really is one of my favorite par 5s in the entire sport.
And I certainly enjoy watching people play it today, Rich. It used to be unreachable, but the longer hitters now, we're starting to see them go for this par 5 regularly in 2.
Crap.
And the reason why, they start to hit the drive more down the right now than what they used to. People used to try and go down the left side. The right side, it hugs the water, but you get a better view of the second shot.
Right where they were aiming, in the fairway.
Second shot. That's an absolute beauty.
Frank, narrow entryway to this green here at the 9th. Short shot, but kind of difficult.
Yeah, don't want to get too aggressive here. You missed the green on the left, that bunker there, very difficult to get it up and down. And of course, there's the 2 little pop bunkers on the right side.
Wow, that was bad.
Wouldn't say he's ecstatic, but not unhappy either.
24
Next swing
feet.
on that was not good at
There'll
all.
be a lot of players much further away than that on this hole.
Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie.
No.
You couldn't have that except to make it. This putt for par. good solid par right there. Don't forget, second round coverage coming your way tomorrow here on EA Sports for our entire crew. I'm Rich Lerner saying so long for now.
Okay. Not bad though. No bogeys.
EA Sports and the Web.com Tour proudly present second round coverage of the Web.com Tour Championship. Moving into the second round of the Web.com Tour Championship, the fourth and final stop of the Web.com Tour Finals. And Frank, you can feel the pressure building.
You certainly can, Rich, and I expect that we're going to see more of what we saw yesterday, which is some fearless golf. And these guys are playing for a PGA Tour card, and they're not backing down.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
What the heck was that? Oh my god.
Looks like it. And that one rolls
shot.
just
Look at
into
that
the rough.
shot over in the
Now you have to decide whether or not that
bottom
ball's going
corner.
to fly or not.
You'll need to be strong with
Thought
this.
that was straight. But whatever. Oof.
Rich, that was some shot out of the rough. I really didn't think he could even get that on the green.
Well, just to get it on the green, as you say, I think is a big win. And getting ready for the putt.
Get in there, yeah.
Good effort and good par putt. Frank, you're one behind. Sunday afternoon, you're trying to win one of the game's great championships. Is this a spot that you love as a competitor, the 16th hole of par 5, with a chance to make a lot of noise?
It's a spot you cannot hide from, Rich, because you know exactly there. If you haven't looked at a scoreboard, you can feel it from the atmosphere.
Always makes the hole easier, playing it from the fairway. Looks like he's going to have a go at it here at the par 5, his second shot.
I should have upspin more.
Well, hello there. That's an eagle.
Might be languishing in the middle of the pack, but at least celebrate that.
I just went for it. I said,
Now to
you know
maybe
what?
the most
Whatever.
famous hole in the whole sport. It's the 17th here at the stadium course, the TPC Sawgrass. Frank, if you look at it on the card, it seems so simple. It's just 137 yards. For the best in the world, that's a pitching wedge, maybe a 9-iron. And yet, every year, we see nightmares galore.
And that's where you have to remind yourself what can and what does happen here. I normally cut the green in half here. It's 26 yards deep. So if you just take 13 yards off the yardage, you have 124 yards to the middle of the green. That has to be your target. This is no time to be a hero. You can still have a putt for birdie.
Well, can't hide the flagstick from that man. This for another birdie on this hole on the week.
Okay, so just a little bit. Eagle. I mean, eagle birdie.
Player knows
Wow.
they're on the move with that birdie. Quick glance at the leaderboard. They can see, Frank, they're not out of it.
Things are very volatile right now.
Now to the final hole here at TPC Sawgrass, 462-yard par 4. Frank, is this one of the toughest finishing holes in the sport?
It is, because the simple reason you played 17 holes and the job isn't done yet.
Frank, as players get set to make that next step, to graduate to the PGA Tour, what part of their game has to really be sharp?
Well, nowadays, all the players are powerful, so you're looking for other things rather than straight power. One of those things is adaptability. When you get out there on that first year on the PGA Tour, remember, you're going to be playing these venues for the very first time against people that have played it 10, 15 times, perhaps, so they have an advantage. So you're going to have to adapt very, very quickly and put the time in.
I should turn them off.
Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up.
But,
Shot now from the
and I
rough.
feel like
Frank,
I'm
what's
by
he
myself.
facing?
Well, the lie first and foremost. If it's sitting down, then obviously you're not going to get a very good contact. Nothing wrong with coming up a little bit short of the green. Problem is turning one mistake into another.
Can't hide the flagstick from that man. Another one inside of 5 feet. Settles in over the putt. It's a solid par right there, Frank.
He'll be moving to third place, inching his way to the top of the leaderboard.
Frank, right where you want to be at the midway point of a tournament.
Yeah, you know your game's solid. The focus is more on the leader and that you can just go out and play. Excellent position to be in.
Excuse me, there is a message for you.
I think so. Putting that line, I think. Not too sure.
EA Sports and the Web.com Tour proudly present third round coverage of the Web.com Tour Championship. We are into the third round of the Web.com Tour Championship, the fourth and final stop of the Web.com Tour Finals. 50 PGA Tour cards up for grabs, dreams about to be made.
It's amazing what's ahead of these young players, Rich. Not just getting through the next two rounds, but also trying to suppress perhaps what might be for them next year.
Beautiful looking shot right here.
Ooh, nice little bounce forward. Should be close to 300, 290.
Frank, now the second shot here at hole number 6.
Yeah, not overly long, but be very aware of these palm trees that are short. Many a shot's caught those trees coming into this green.
This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
Oh, just a superb shot.
You're not going to see much better than that all day today.
And with that birdie, moves into second place. Frank, the 7th hole here at the TPC Sawgrass, vintage Pete Dye, isn't it?
It is. Anything other than straight confuses the player off the tee. But there's 3 pot bunkers down the right side, just inside that last little pot bunker on the left of that. It's actually a pretty good line.
Strategically, Frank, how do you like to play this hole?
You've got to be aware of where you don't want to go. That front right bunker is probably the easiest bunker shot on this hole, but there's a little pot bunker on the left. That one there, always difficult to get it up and down.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
No problems there. Really good approach shot. And now, good look at birdie. Birdie putt coming up. Had a par on this hole yesterday.
Look at this green though. Whoa!
Just singes the edge, Frank.
Yeah, but at least he's burning the edges. You know you're hitting good putts.
So they'll tap in.
Tap, tap, tap it.
And that's in for a par. Frank, 17 here at TPC Sawgrass gets all the attention when you look at the par 3s, justifiably so. But number 8 is a daunting challenge in its own right.
It is. Longest of the 4 par 3s. Plus, it's just littered with bunkers around the side, the back, and the front.
It's because whatever game mode I picked. Uh-oh. My swing was terrible.
Frank, it hit the green, but just didn't have enough backspin.
Yeah, you wonder what he's thinking on that.
Second shot coming out of the rough here.
Ah. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Little
Nice
hill
approach
there.
shot. He'll be happy with that. A good 20-footer here.
Fuck.
You've got to be kidding me. That was right on the edge.
There's a bogey.
Yeah, he wants to do over there.
Makeable putt right here, currently sitting at 1 under for the round. Frank, at this stage of the championship, you cannot afford bogeys.
That's right. Now there's an even bigger gap between where they
Hold on,
stand
I'll be
and the top of the leaderboard.
call her back.
I'm loving that balance. Oh, that was sweet. Straight down the middle. Second shot.
Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
Frank, this is all about plotting your way around. Now the third shot at the ninth.
Yeah, there's a reward for a precise short iron shot in here. If the pin's on the right or the left, precision pays off.
Frank not where he wants to be, but not out of the hole here at the par 5.
No, but Rich, to drop a shot here would really set him backwards.
This one just requires a little bit of focus.
And I'm back.
Frank, that looked good to me. Well, Frank, you hear it so often. This is a game of dealing with your miscues.
Here's where I
That's the
freaking
beauty
go
of this game of
downhill.
golf. Giveth, and it taketh away.
Ouch. You really can't afford to give away shots at this point in the tournament, Frank. Let's get the back nine started here at the
Hungarian
stadium
vampire.
course at TPC Sawgrass and break down the 10th for us, Frank.
Well, it's similar to the opening hole. The first and 10th give you the same feeling where you feel awkward off the tee shot.
Oh my gosh, look
Difference
at
to
that
the first hole,
freaking
you've got to
swing.
poke the tee shot towards the right side of the fairway here,
Terrible.
turning it into a dogleg. And similar thing now, you're going back across the fairway to the green.
Frank, not overly long, but still a pretty good spot and in the fairway.
Yeah, that's
What are you talking about recorded earlier?
See if our
Dude,
featured player can do
I'm
something
live right
today.
now, bro.
Yeah, when you're swinging well, obviously.
It's 11:27 your time, bro.
Good looking shot right here. Early part of this second nine, a good approach shot. Now, pretty good chance
Now
for
you're
birdie.
calling me?
This
Hello?
is a 16-footer.
Dude, how did you walk away when they were still playing?
What do you mean?
You said, alright, I'm back. And I was like, wait.
Well, 'cause I just shut my mic off, that's all.
A little bit more hope than determination in that putt.
So just a formality here. And with that par, moves into third place. Hole number 11, 558 yard, par 5. Frank, players in attack mode here.
Yeah, just try and blitz it down there. There are other bunkers on the left to consider, but really, with that much fairway, this is a green light opportunity.
And from the fairway for his second shot here.
All right. Get up there.
That's an absolute beauty.
Frank, how about this third shot to the par 5 11?
Well, coming from the right side,
Gotcha,
once again, you have to be exact on the distance because that green now is at the wrong angle.
Okay, this green sucks.
Really good distance control there, playing well to his strengths. Par yesterday, now for birdie.
There we go.
Looks primed right now.
anything other than backing up. Very aggressive. That birdie, now in second.
So through 54 holes, a really good position inside the top 5 with 1 round to go.
Yeah, and those handful of players that we're looking at, Rich, they certainly have looked the best players this week, which makes tomorrow look like a real thriller.
Whoa. I don't know how long this tour is, but it's pretty long.
EA Sports and the Web.com Tour proudly present final round coverage of the Web.com Tour Championship.
Oh my gosh. Wow! That swing was bad. Oh my gosh.
So, dropped the shot after ending up in the water on that recent miscue. Now on to his 3rd shot after the last one went into the water. So, Frank, he'll take a drop here.
Yeah, he'll take his medicine, take his penalty shot. The hole's not over yet.
Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. Well, this one is offline just a bit. Look out. You know, that one is going to end up in the rough. In the thick stuff.
Thick, it's brutal out there.
Frank, this is where the mental game really comes into play. You've hit a 2nd consecutive shot into the rough.
This could compound very, very quickly. So now's a chance to just take a little breath, take a breather, and try to make sure this shot certainly gets out.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here.
Rich, that was some shot out of the rough. I really didn't think he could even get that on the green.
Well, just to get it on the green, as you say, I think is a big win. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Don't leave it
Double
short.
bogey, yeah.
Wow.
Oh, my guy just said, what the fuck?
Even par, currently.
Damn.
Frank, that is an ugly double bogey, and it came at a really bad time.
We've all been there and we've all felt it. It stings.
Frank, the 15th hole certainly has the respect of the professionals.
But you're right. This is a positional hole where just keep the ball down the left center. You can't go too far, though, because you'll get blocked out or you'll run out of fairway. From there, it's really about knowing where the flag is, what position on this green, because this is another green that's not flat. If the second shot lands on the wrong portion of the green, it'll finish well away from the hole.
All right, really? You're acting like you just...
Frank, this is a
freaking
position
made a
where
hole.
the player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
What the happened?
Well, he'll be disappointed with that, no doubt.
Yeah, swing didn't quite look right on that one.
Oh my gosh, this is so stupid.
Just
Are
a bit
you
offline
really?
and into the bunker. Well, that's why on this golf course, Frank, there is
This
a
game
premium
is
on
screwing
hitting
me right
fairways.
You're exactly right.
Doesn't dig into the lead with that par, but Frank, sometimes, and you know this as well as anyone, you just have to kind of maintain your footing out there.
We should
Now
bounced
the
off her
start of the
dome
golf
and went back
16,
onto the
17,
freaking fairway,
18.
bro.
Par 5, 16.
Should have been
Frank,
wearing a
Tiger
hard
made birdie
hat.
here all 4 days in winning
Or like
in
tried to
2013.
hacky sack that
Fred
like
Couples made that
ball right
fantastic
over
eagle
into the
many years
fairway
ago.
or something.
Hole bends a little to the player's left. You don't have to hit driver here if you're a long hitter, but you really must move that ball right to left.
Like, this could be really good, Frank.
Oh, straight at it.
Just a good solid tee shot right there, about 280 yards. Nice position, short grass, second shot.
Ooh,
Getting
spin
set
it
for this
too
next
much.
shot from the rough, what does the player need to be careful of here, Frank?
Well, this is where we're going to see exactly how good they are because, you know, that's not exactly the best lie, but it's sort of doable if you know what you're doing.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
See if he can go one better than yesterday when he made par. This putt for birdie. Frank, you've navigated so many leaderboards in your career. This is the way to do it, isn't it?
Oh, there's plenty of holes ahead too, Rich. Third place, a really good position to be playing from here on in.
Frank, a couple different ways to watch golf as a fan. You could follow your favorite player for a number of holes, or you can park yourself in one spot. I think one of the better ones is the hill behind the 17th at TPC Sawgrass.
Yeah, and that's why the reaction of the fans is so different. If you followed that player the
Fuck,
whole way
I'm in the
around,
water.
you lived and died on every
In the
shot
drink.
he took. Meanwhile, if you...
Extra stroke at it after going into the water. So hit the previous shot in the water, took a drop. This now the third shot. Frank, this is one you don't practice, but sometimes you have to do it. Time for the drop.
Yeah, it should be the easiest shot in golf. You've just paid for it.
Not looking good, Frank.
What the hell?
I think it's...
Dude, this
Went
game
for a
is
brief
stupid.
swim there, Frank. He's trying to stay dry now.
He is. Just trying to avoid water on the brain as well. This will take a good swing.
Has to regroup, playing his fifth shot after hitting it in the water.
Yeah, it's not all lost. Once again, check the yardage, check the wind, start again.
Well, double par here. Time to pick up and move on.
Wow. Doing pretty decent. Wouldn't say I was doing good, but I was doing decent.
Now to the final hole here at TPC Sawgrass, 462-yard par 4. Frank, is this one of the toughest finishing holes in the sport?
It is, because the simple reason you've played 17 holes and the job isn't
My
done yet.
God.
You know, this is
My
not
fucking
heading in the
thing
right
is going
direction.
straight.
It looks like it's going to be in the rough. Into the tall cabbage. That ball is
I
swallowed
wish I
up.
fucking pegged that guy in the back of the head for not paying
Second
attention.
shot coming out of the rough here. So from the rough back to the fairway. That's the right way to go.
Yeah, didn't take the bait, and at least now he's only going to play the price of a poor tee shot. Still got a good chance, though, getting away with par.
Oh gosh, that was terrible.
This looks like it's going to find the target.
Locked in on the read and the speed. In for par. Frank, it was a great setting with great crowds. We saw plenty of very good golf. Your thoughts?
I think the course really extracted some of the golf
mad.
that we saw. It forced these players to play just some great golf, and it wasn't just like a pitch and a putt golf course. So I think seeing the guys tested, so seeing the players tested at this level, it was a treat.
Alright, let's see what I got for equipment. Distance is less than this. Okay. Alright, let's see. Ability. Yeah, they do. Hopefully the future unlocks have better shirts. I think they do. Crap.
Presented by EA Sports and the PGA Tour. Today, it's live opening round coverage of the Career Builder Challenge. And now down to hole number 15. Just a mediocre first round up to this point from our featured golfer. Frank, what are some keys to making something happen down the stretch?
Well, if this is the worst score that they shoot all week, I think that's one of the keys.
Alright,
Because
so the
this is a position
line
to
is
vault
where the
forward from.
ball path is gonna go, except for if you shoot it like I did, like a fucking retard.
Well, no other way to say it, Frank. That's just an awful shot.
Bad.
Bad. These commentators are fucking annoying. Oh my gosh.
Frank, the Skins game was played at PGA West, the stadium course, many years ago. In 1987, Lee Trevino did something that really stood out with a lot of fun.
Yeah, to make a hole-in-one anywhere is obviously something to be remembered. But when you do it on TV, national TV, and on a hole like 17, Alcatraz, all the way across the water, everybody complained about how hard the golf course was, and Trevino gives it that little bang, little cut, bang, in it goes, one. Trevino could play any golf course, no matter how hard it was.
It was a one that was worth 175,000, 175,000 bucks. That won him the carryover skin in the Skins game. That was well done, and now a very short putt to get out of here with a bogey.
Well, it's
I'm gonna be in this live
that's for sure.
stream.
5 minutes ago.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Well, with that drop shot, moves to 1 over for the tournament.
Man, hope y'all enjoyed.
Decides to have a go here.